Friday afternoon, preparations complete for the trip to Gillingham. Johnnie Jackson, Neil Harris, your opponent tomorrow. Someone you know very well, I suppose, you've come up against?
Yeah, no, Neil well. Come up against him obviously earlier in the season as manager, and obviously coached against his teams in the past, and our paths have crossed. He's really good fella as Neil, and good manager. Obviously got a vast experience throughout the leagues, and obviously he's got his Gillingham team in really good form now, and obviously they've climbed a few places since that January window where they really strengthened and become sort of a different prospect now. So it's going to be a tough game tomorrow.
Two previous meetings, of course, earlier in the season, one apiece between us, but I suppose absolutely no relevance to the game tomorrow. So what kind of game are we expecting from the Neil Harris side?
A tough one. Obviously they're on a really good run of form. Like I say, they've had a big turnover in players in January, brought a lot of quality into their squad and a lot of numbers and bodies. So their lineup, if you like, will probably look a lot different to what it did when we played them earlier in the season. And with that, obviously comes a different type of test now. Going away to their place as well be a different type of game to what we had in earlier on in the season.
How did you handle the draw against Hartlepool when you came back in on Monday?
We debriefed it. We spoke about the goal that we conceded at the end, which we was disappointed with because that's not been us in the last few games. But what we did do is show a lot of the good play that we had in that game, and showed the chances we created, how we moved the ball really well, and the problems that we caused them. And on another day, I think we score more goals and we go on and win that game comfortably. So it was important that we didn't let the emotion of the conceding so late affect us any this week at all going into it. And it needed to be a real positivity about it, and remember that we was probably 30 seconds away from getting a fantastic result and a fantastic performance. So obviously as disappointed as he was, there was loads of positives to take out of it for me.
But it shows what a tough division it can be, because there's still been a parting ways between Hartlepool and Keith Curle.
Yeah, there's no easy games. We want to win. We want to win every game, but especially at home, we want to rack up the victories there. So I think it shows where we've come as a team, where we're drawing and being disappointed with that. So we have made a lot of progress, and we can't lose sight of that. But obviously we want to turn them draws into wins, and hopefully we can start doing that Saturday. But knowing that, like you say, whoever you come up against, you're going to be in for a tough game in this league.
Still a fairly new group coming together, what's happened in January with the turnover of players, but are you happy with the response you've seen from a lot of these young players? I've seen Sekou and Ali out there both doing extras. Yeah,
we spoke a lot about it in January, about the types of lads that we wanted to bring into the group, and top lads with top attitudes that want to play, they want to improve, they want to do well, desperate to be out on the training pitch, working on their game. Sometimes you have to drag them in, like Ali and Sekou today. They want to do their extras, and that's fine. But obviously we need their legs, we need their energy tomorrow as well. So it's getting that balancing act. But yeah, lads who want to come in, they want to work hard, give everything in training every day as a group. So fantastic group to work with.
Encouraging signs. Alex Pearce out there today.
Yeah, brilliant. Obviously Pearcey came off in the game, so but thankfully not too bad, and to get him out there today, he's got through training, so obviously we'll have to make a late call on that one with Pearcey, but it was good. It was good that obviously it wasn't too serious.
How are we in terms of shape with the rest of the squad?
Yeah, we're good. Obviously Pearcey came off, but apart from that, everyone came through the game Saturday. Everyone's trained this week, so I keep saying it's difficult 11 for me to pick. It's a difficult 18. People miss out, generally speaking. At the weekend, leaving out a couple of senior lads, and they're difficult decisions to make. But obviously, as tough as they are, and the tough conversations that you have to have as a manager as well, it's nice to have those headaches where you're sitting down with your staff and you're thinking, well, who plays where, how do we line up, and to have sort of difficult decisions is where you want to be as a manager.
A couple of young lads I wanted to ask you about as well, who've kind of been out the picture quite a bit. First of all, Elliot Bolton. It's great to see him back out there, and somebody who's, I think, has been mates with Jack Curry since the age of 4, so you're really keen at some point to have a look at him. What's the plan with him?
Elliot's been out for a really long time. He's just not been able to get going this season. So the fact that he's fit again and training, I think he probably needs to build up a bulk of that work of training. and then we'll look, to get him a loan move, to get him playing games. Obviously, he's been out for such a long time that it's going to be difficult for him to impact, the first thing on what we're doing. I think he'll need to go down the loan route and get out, play some games, and see how he handles that on the back of some really tough injury times.
Another young lad as well that I think Rob Tooley would probably know quite a lot about, Ethan Sutcliffe. He's been so unfortunate with another stress fracture.
Yeah, I mean, really disappointed for Ethan. He spent the bulk of pre-season with us as the first team group, and we really liked what we saw from Ethan. A bright young lad who wants to defend, really front foot defender, and can handle the football as well. And we got high hopes for him, and he's had big setbacks with those injuries. So, but we have to support. We have to stick by these young lads and give them all the support they need in these tough times, because they're difficult. As a footballer, they're the most difficult moments when you're injured, and it's important that as a staff and as a club that we're there to support these lads when they need it most.
Absolutely. Finally, on the subject of Gillingham, we usually take a really good following there, so you'd be really pleased to see that away impact out as much as possible tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. It's away following, home following is fantastic, and the way they followed us up and down the country. Thankfully, it's not too far away, this one, is it? So we can take a big following down there, big crowd, make a load of noise behind that goal, and it's always a good atmosphere down at Gillingham. They make a bit of noise, and with that that uncovered away, and they can really get behind the boys from there, and hopefully, again, like I always say, it's on us then to give them something to shout about.
Thanks very much indeed, Johnny.
Cheers, Rob.